Today we're playing the best deck in Pauper, Broodscale Combo, where you're looking to combine Basking Broodscale alongside Sadistic Glee for infinite mana, infinite power. Let's go check it out. This video is proudly sponsored by Card Market. This is the best deck in Pauper, but before we get into that, I would like to thank the sponsor of today's video, the Upstate New York Pauper Play Discord. If you're interested in joining, you can find those links in the description down below, or you can scan the QR code on the screen in front of you. They support playing Pauper in paper. They're the home of the inaugural Upstate New York Pauper Open that I'm going to be attending on March 1st with tons of sweet giveaways and more. Definitely check out that link and I would appreciate it. Now, let's get into the deck for today. So, Basking Broodscale Combo. This deck looks to combine Basking Broodscale and Sadistic Glee for infinite mana and infinite power. From there, you have Energy Refractor to filter that colorless mana into black mana, for example. So you could play Deadly Dispute, Eviscerator's Insight, or your win condition, the Nadir's Nightblade, to drain your opponent for infinite. That is how the deck functions, and it's super powerful because you get to play protection in your deck like Duress and Tameo Safekeeping. And I think that this deck is just insanely good. As much as I love Cycle Storm, if you had to 5-0 a league for your life, I would play this deck in front of you. It is that good. And hopefully we get to showcase that today. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe. I would love to hear from you. But for now, we're going to go play some broken Pauper cards. I'll see you in the first match. Don't go anywhere. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. You can also show your support by becoming a member of this channel. You get sweet perks such as badges, emotes, early access to videos, exclusive members only content, and access to our members Discord section. As you increase the tiers, there are other rewards such as shop discounts, cyborg guides, and even free donation decks. Click the join button down below to find out more. We also have other ways you can support us, like theepicsforum.com/shop or submitting a donation deck via theepicsforum.com/donation decks. That's enough for now. Let's play some Magic. Welcome to the first match. We are on the play with Pauper Basking Broodscale Combo. We've opened up Broodscale. We have the infinite mana outlet. We just have to find Sadistic Glee. This could be a turn 3 win on the play. So how you do that is you want to play Malevolent Rumble on the second turn and find the Sadistic Glee, and then over our draw steps hit another land. That would give you the turn 3. They play a Twisted Landscape. We might be playing the Mirror Match. Okay, it looks like it. We find a Tameo Safekeeping. Let's play the Malevolent Rumble. We did not find a Glee. We'll take the Shambling Ghast. Yeah, the Ghast, I believe. We'll pass the turn. I would have taken a land there and then hoped to have drawn into the... We are, in fact, playing the Mirror Match. And hoped to draw into the Sadistic Glee or the land, but we didn't find either, which was problematic. We draw another Ghast. Okay, so I can't play the Shambling Ghast into Deadly Dispute. So I think we'll play another Rumble. We find the land, but no Sadistic Glee. We'll take Colony Garden. This gives us a blocker for the Glee while allowing us to keep our mana on the table. Pass the turn. So now if they want to win, they need the Sadistic Glee, and then on top of that, they need the infinite mana outlet of Energy Refractor, which a lot of lists don't play. And they do have Sadistic Glee. Like, I am choosing to still play 2 Energy Refractor. A lot of the lists are no longer playing it. They play a Duress. So you probably take Deadly Dispute here, and they agree. We'll block the Broodscale. Because if I don't, and they have the... I mean, most lists don't play it anymore, but if they had the instant speed card that adds a counter, I would be dead. Oh, I forgot about that. Whoops. So now they're going to have infinite mana in the post-main phase, but I guess that doesn't matter. We draw Duress. I think we're just dead. I guess they would have to have the Nadir's Nightblade in hand. We'll play our own Duress. And they do have the Nightblade. Okay, so we end up losing. That's unfortunate. We definitely want Snuff out. And then I think I'm going to board out Shambling Ghast. Like, it's a Deadly Dispute fodder card, but I'm not sure if that's what matters here. You could also board in the Seal of Primordium, and then have a card on the table that stops the Sadistic Glee. However, if they have the Eldrazi in play, then this card doesn't matter. So I don't think I want that. So I'm going to just submit this. All right, we opened up a very good hand that game to not win. I think you're supposed to keep. We'll play the Twisted Landscape. And then we'll activate it, just go grab our forest. Pass the turn. They play a Swamp. Deadly Dispute. We'll play Rumble. I'm going to take the Ichor Wellspring and just hope that I draw into another land. They play their own Ichor Wellspring. We draw the Colony Garden. So now we get a plant token that we can sacrifice later. Play the Ichor Wellspring. And we find Broodscale. Good. So now what we would like to find is a Duress to clear the way for the combo. I suppose I have the Tamiyo Safekeeping, so maybe that's not even true. If I could draw another untapped green mana. Another Tamiyo Safekeeping. I'm going to sacrifice the Ichor Wellspring. I might have to end up discarding the hand size here, but I think it's worthwhile. Another Snuff Out. We'll play the Twisted Landscape. And I guess because we have two Broodscales, we can play one out now. Pass the turn. They play Snuff Out. We'll play Tamiyo Safekeeping. Vault of Whispers. A card not in my deck. I'm not playing any artifact lands today. They Deadly Dispute. And a Rumble. Now they play an Ichor Wellspring. We drew the Nightblade. We don't actually need it, but it's nice to have, I suppose. Play the Sadistic Glee. And our opponent concedes. Nice. No changes for sideboarding for me. I'm just going to resubmit the same configuration and hope that we get game number 3 on the draw. Risky hand. The Nightblade does next to nothing. You would have to draw a second land. I think you're supposed to mulligan. Ay. We'll keep this, but I don't really want to. They begin with a Colony Garden. We'll play the Twisted Landscape and pass. Ichor Wellspring. I'll use the Twisted Landscape. We'll go grab a basic forest. Rumble was a good draw. We'll play that. Take Basking Broodscale. Alright, now we're, doing something. They play their own Rumble, which is a straight miss. 0 cards. They have 4 cards left in hand. We draw another Tamiyo Safekeeping. I'm going to Deadly Dispute on the Eldrazi spawn. I just want to try to draw into something here. And I'll pass. I want to keep this treasure token because I need the green mana. If I want to protect my Basking Broodscale, I'm going to need the green for Tamiyo Safekeeping. They play another Rumble, which finds a Swamp. They chose to not take the Nightblade. Duress. We'll play that. They have 4 cards in their hand. Last Rites. Tamiyo Safekeeping. We actually have a very similar hand. I think I'm supposed to take the Glee and then play the Broodscale. Pass the turn. They play the Last Rites. They discard their Tamiyo Safekeeping, so they only chose 1 card here. They take my Snuff Out. We draw another land. Let's play Ichor Wellspring. We drew another Snuff Out, that's good. Play the Energy Refractor. Trigger. Suppose I could attack. There's no downside here, right? Pass the turn. They draw a Swamp. Broodscale. I know that their last card in hand is a Snuff Out. We'll kill their Broodscale. They can adapt and get an Eldrazi spawn, but that doesn't really matter here. We'll play Colony Garden. Go to combat. Swing. Pass the turn. Deadly Dispute. Very good for them. They play another Colony Garden. They cycle a Twisted Landscape, which is something I'm going to do on the end step. Another Deadly Dispute. So they're off to the races here. Another Ichor Wellspring. So I guess the downside is if I cycle this, if they have a 3rd Snuff Out, I lose my Broodscale. Because I'd filter... Yeah, I wouldn't be able to double protect. Am I supposed to wait then? I guess I'll wait and I can adapt to my Broodscale in the meantime. They're thinking here about it. They paused. Go to my turn. Deadly Dispute. I like to draw good cards. We'll sacrifice the Ichor Wellspring. And their Sadistic Glee. I believe we just won. I guess they have a blocker. So I need to draw something off of the Twisted Landscape. Ooh, a Rumble. We'll play the Glee. Sacrifice the Eldrazi spawn. We'll say always yes. And now we have the combo. We have infinite mana. We'll make some colorless. And I'll play a Rumble. We find the Nightblade. Sick. We'll play Nightblade. They play a Snuff Out. I will play Tameo Safekeeping. And they concede the match. We're 1-0 to start off this Pauper League. Moxfield.com is the easiest way to build a Magic deck online. They support over 30 formats, including Legacy and many other Eternal formats. There are so many options to view decks the way that you want, from text view to individual cards, mana value, and even card price. There's also light mode and dark mode. My personal favorite feature is card tags. This way you can sort cards by function. Moxfield supports collection tracking, Scryfall search, decklist feedback, and so much more. Follow me on Moxfield.com so you can stay updated on all of my decks. Alright, time for the second round. We're on the play. I like that. Yeah, we keep these. So one thing that I kind of like about playing Broodscale Combo is that it does not use the graveyard. If you were a fan of that old Pauper Goblins deck with First Day of Class, you'll probably like this deck. But this deck doesn't use the graveyard. And as the person who typically plays a lot of Cycle Storm, people mulligan to graveyard hate against me, and this deck just does not care. We'll take the Colony Garden. It provides a plant that I can sacrifice to Deadly Dispute. Although I don't really need land number 6, I will admit we're a little flooded right now. Versus Power Plant, that's spicy. So are they on Controltron? They might be. Land number 7, we'll play Colony Garden. And then I'll just Deadly Dispute the plant token. Now I thought about playing the Basking Broodscale. My concern with that is that they are a deck that plays like Breath Weapon, and I don't want to lose my Basking Broodscale to that. I guess I could have sacrificed the Eldrazi Spawn in response, but I think playing Deadly Dispute is fine. They main phase an Impulse. Hers is mine. Another Colony Garden. We'll play the Ichor Wellspring. Energy Refractor. We'll play the Energy Refractor. Or a Rumble. Okay. I mean, we're not in the worst spot here. Like, I am flooded, don't get me wrong. But things could be worse, is what I'm saying. Alright, they don't have Tron. Well, now they do. Yeah. They have 7 available mana. And it looks like they're going to pass the turn. We draw Duress. That was good. We'll play it. Ghostly Flicker. Impulse. I think we take the Impulse. And I'll play a Rumble. We find the Sadistic Glee. So right now their hand does not answer my Basking Broodscale combo. The problem is if I pass and they draw a removal spell. We'll play the Basking Broodscale. They target their Urza's Tower and Energy Refractor, so now they can draw another card. I'm glad that they burn the Ghostly Flicker, because now they can't do it with the Muldrifter. Sadistic Glee on the Basking Broodscale, and we'll make infinite mana. I'm hoping that they concede to this with the Energy Refractor in play, but they probably won't. So we have infinite mana. I'm just going to keep clicking. Alright, I'll pass for now. So they have to find an answer to my Basking Broodscale. They have Muldrifter and Pulse of Marasa to do it. Plus their draw step, obviously. They play an Urza's Mine. And they hardcast the Muldrifter. I think you were supposed to evoke it, because then you could get it back with the Pulse of Marasa giving you additional looks. Well, I guess that this gives you a blocker. Is that the thought? That's probably fair. But you could still hardcast the Muldrifter on the way back. We draw another land. Swing. Looks like they drew Impulse. And they do block. Pass the turn. I drew way too many lands this game. Ay, ay, ay. Murmuring Mystic. So now they have infinite blockers. They still have the Pulse of Marasa that they can use to get back the Muldrifter. And that's what's going to happen here. And now they play another copy of Energy Refractor. We draw. Shambling Gas, a terrible draw here. We'll go to combat, swing. Play a land, pass the turn. Mnemonic Wall. So this can get back Impulse or Pulse of Marasa. Ghostly Flicker, because yeah, that makes sense, because then they can flicker their wall over and over again. Conduit Pylons, yep. And now they evoke a Muldrifter. And now they Ghostly Flicker. So they can Mnemonic Wall back the Muldrifter, and then they'll draw more cards. Okay, deck, it'd be real great if you could draw something useful here. Let's see it. I guess it's a cantrip. We'll play the Ichor Wellspring. Trigger it. Okay, I guess we'll make some mana here. I made it so none of my Eldrazi spawns could attack this turn. Just in case. We'll filter for red. Filter for black. Filter for green. Cycle the Twisted Landscape. Okay, we'll do it again, I suppose. We'll filter for green, and now we'll filter for black, and filter for red. Cycle another Twisted Landscape. There we go! That's what I'm talking about. Alright, so that gives me 4 looks to win this game. Actually, 6 looks to win the game. We'll play an Insight, sacrifice Ichor Wellspring, another Broodscale. Another Insight's very good. We'll play the other Insight, sacrificing Ichor Wellspring. Tamiyo Safekeeping. We'll play another Energy Refractor. Okay, so I suppose we'll just make more mana. And then we'll filter some of it into Energy Refractor to make a black. We'll flashback an Insight. Sacrifice the Shambling Ghast. This will give us a treasure. And now we'll draw 2. And there's the Nightblade. Alright, we'll play Duress. Take the Fiery Cannonade. They actually drew the bounce spell that turn. They just couldn't play it. And now we'll play the Nightblade. Alright, so now I just have to click this 26 times. Alright, so I had to click through the process 27 times. I lost about 2.5 minutes of my clock there. So we're down to 14 minutes for game number 2. Make this smaller. We'll bring in Last Rites. Probably take out a couple copies of Shambling Ghast. You know what? I'll also bring in the Seal. Like, Shambling Ghast isn't very good in this matchup. So I think the Seal has a little bit more value. Alright, we've opened up a no-lander this time. Keep this. Bottom the Nightblade. No, bottom the Safekeeping. I don't think that card's that great here either. There's this Tower. Play Colony Garden. Pass the turn. Power Plant. Into Energy Refractor. Okay, I would love that Seal of Primordium here. Another Ichor Wellspring. We'll play it. Trigger. We draw a 3rd copy of Ichor Wellspring. Looks like they don't have Tron. I like that. Okay. We draw into a Rumble. I'm going to just pass, and then on the end step I'll play Deadly Dispute. Or if they tap mana. Sacrifice the Ichor Wellspring. Duress is good. Ooh. Let's go. That was very good. I think we're supposed to discard an Ichor Wellspring. They did find Tron, so now they have a lot of mana. 8 mana here. And they drew into Horror. We're going to bounce my Colony Garden, which is fine. Get rid of the Rumble. We draw another Swamp. Let's play Duress. We'll take Ghostly Flicker. Spellsetter Sprite is odd. You don't see that too often. We'll play the Colony Garden again. And then we'll play Broodscale. Pass the turn. They played the Tangled Islet. We'll take 4. They drew Ephemerate. Oh, that's devastating here. They're going after our lands. I'll discard a Swamp. We'll play Swamp. Let's try Ichor Wellspring. Another Glee. I will just pass the turn. They use the Horror. They go after my Swamp. We'll discard a Swamp. I have plenty of lands. And they're just going to pass, holding open Unwind Spellstutter Sprite. Let's play Rumble. Ooh, I'm going to mill over a Last Rites here. I don't love that. We'll take a Twisted Landscape, I suppose. Play Swamp. Pass the turn. They drew another land. So I know 3 of their 4 cards. Block with a plant. Another Broodscale. Let's adapt our Broodscale. We'll go to combat, see if they use the Tangle. Pass the turn. They have all the mana in the world here. I don't know what their 4th card is. We'll block. But I don't need these plant tokens. We'll play the Landscape. Go to combat. Swing for 3. We'll play Basking Broodscale. Send it back. They find Muldrifter. Okay. Now they have 6 cards. That's a lot. We'll take it. We go to 12. On the end step, I'll adapt. And then we'll use the Twisted Landscape. Grab a Swamp. A 3rd Broodscale. Swing. They play Tangle. Let's try Ichor Wellspring. Deadly Dispute. That's good. Think I'll pass. All the mana in the world over there. I will block. Before damage. Let's a Deadly Dispute and Ichor Wellspring. Even if it gets countered here, I still get to draw off the Wellspring, and they just let it go. 3 lands, though. Yikes. Another Deadly Dispute. Let's play Deadly Dispute on Ichor Wellspring. Duress is good. We'll play Duress. Obviously, that's countered. Not surprised by that. Attempt to Last Rites. I think in hindsight, no, I had to use a black anyway, so that doesn't matter. Because I paid with 2 green and a black for this, so using the Eldrazi spawn just did not matter. They unwind. I'll wait a turn. I feel like if I go right now, I'm risking something that I don't need to. So I'm going to pass. Mnemonic Wall. That's a little annoying here. They get back Ghostly Flicker. Yeah, I think that Mnemonic Wall just beat me. I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. Down to 7 minutes on clock, too. I need to hurry up. Need to draw Duress. What does that do? I don't think anything. I suppose it could cut them off colored mana. Play the landscape. Play a Broodscale. Go to combat. Swing, swing. Let's play a Nightblade. Pass the turn. They Ghostly Flicker. And now they get back to Ghostly Flicker. You know what? I've lost this. I'm going to go to the next one. I only have 6 minutes left. I just have to get through this. Actually, I think I'd rather have a Snuff Out than the Shambling Ghast. On the play. I can't keep that. Sure. Put back the Energy Refractor. Play Colony Garden, pass the turn. Hers is mine. I'm going to play Duress to see if I can stop them from playing Energy Refractor. Yeah, I'll do that. Pass the turn. We'll play Insight, sacrificing the plant. Play Colony Garden, pass the turn. This Flag Bear is a problem. I did board in the 1 Snuff Out, but that's going to be a big issue for me. I drew another land. Pass the turn. Bajuka Bog. And Network Terminal. So I guess my best draw here is just a Broodscale. Because that way I can at least get infinite power in play. An Insight, okay. Let's sacrifice the plant. Ooh, Last Rites. There we go. Last Rites for 2. Take the Guard and the Ghostly Flicker. Leave them with just the Cannonade. They drew another one. Wow. That hurts. Pass the turn. Energy Refractor. So I have to draw the 1 of Snuff Out. We'll play a Rumble. Take the Nightblade. Play Nightblade. They use the Network Terminal to get rid of the Fiery Cannonade. Hardcast Lorien Revealed. Very good for them here. Another land. Take the Prohibit. We'll flash back the Insight, sacrificing the spawn. This triggers. So I have the combo. I just need the Snuff Out, because if I try to play Sadistically, it's going to go on this Coalition Honor Guard. Play Hardcast Muldrifter. Okay. Seal doesn't help me here. This isn't an enchantment. We'll play Broodscale. Pass the turn. I go to 17. And Step will adapt. Another safekeeping. I just have to pass. I guess I don't pass. I can play the Seal. And they grab Unwind. We go to 15. They play Mnemonic Wall. Or Prohibit. Sure. Deadly Dispute. We'll just pass. They Hardcast Lorien Revealed. End step, Deadly Dispute, sacrificing the Seal of Primordium. Oh, I can't. Sacrifice the Eldrazi spawn. I drew the Snuff Out. How about that? Alright, let's destroy the Energy Refractor. So now I just have to work through their counter magic. Let's play Rumble. Oh my, they're going to counter this? In response, we'll Snuff Out on the Honor Guard. Play Sadistic Glee. Ooh, they have double counterspell here. That hurts. Because they still have Prohibit in hand. Sacrifice the treasure, try to draw 2. Play a Colony Garden. Pass. And now they drew Ephemerate. Brutal. And now they Ephemerate on the wall. They can get back Ephemerate, so they have a lock there. We'll flash back the Insight, sacrificing the plant. Yeah, maybe I was supposed to just board in for Snuff Out. Maybe I decided wrong for the matchup. I'm going to concede. I can't help but feel like this one was on me. Like, if I had sided in for Snuff Out, do we win this? Maybe. But we're 1-1, 3 matches left to go. Looking to make playing your favorite combo deck much easier? Look no further than the Epic Storm Mini Token Combo Pack, which is available at theepicstorm.com/shop for $14.99. This combo token pack comes with 84 double-sided tokens. That includes our classic Storm and Mana tokens, as well as fan favorites such as Goblins, Squirrels, and Slime Time Live. But that's not all. We've expanded this token pack to cover a variety of formats with new tokens. Stop on by theepicstorm.com/shop and make an easy decision to elevate your combo game. Round number 3, let's bounce back after that tough loss. Keep this. We'll play Colony Garden, pass the turn. They play a Swamp into Blood Fountain. Okay. We'll play Swamp and Ichor Wellspring. We draw another. They play another Swamp. Nile Spellbomb, don't care about that. Refurbish Familiar. Let's get rid of the other copy of Ichor Wellspring. We'll Deadly Dispute on the Ichor Wellspring. Play the Twisted Landscape. I'm at 8 cards. We'll use the Treasure, I suppose. When I'm at 7 cards, I don't have to play anything. We can pass. They play their own Ichor Wellspring. End step will fetch. Grab a Swamp. Let's play Duress and see what they're working with here. Take their Cleansing Wildfire. We can play a Rumble. Take Swamp. We'll play it. Play the Shambling Ghast. Pass the turn. This time they attack. I think they just forgot to last turn. Writhing Chrysalis, sure. We'll play an Insight, sacrificing the Shambling Ghast. Create a Treasure. No combo pieces yet. We're fairly deep into our deck. Let's play another Duress. Okay, so Swamp and the Hydra. Play the Twisted Landscape. We'll play another Rumble. There's a Broodscale. Pass the turn. They're going to bestow onto the Refurbished Familiar. We'll throw the plant token in front of the Writhing Chrysalis. Come on, Sadistic Glee. Nope. We'll play Ichor Wellspring. Play an Insight, sacrificing the Wellspring. No luck yet. Over 50% of our deck. We'll play a Swamp. And I'll play a Broodscale. Pass the turn. And step they use a blood token, sure. They draw Deadly Dispute, that's good for them. A Kark Clan Shaman. Okay. So they could kill my Broodscale. I do have another. We'll block. They're going to kill my Broodscale here, so I guess I could Deadly Dispute right now and getting rid of the Broodscale. We'll sack the Eldrazi spawn, use a treasure. I'll play Deadly Dispute. I did not draw Sadistic Glee. We're over 50% of the way through our library. And they have 2 green mana open. There it is. So we'll play the Basking Broodscale. Play Twisted Landscape. Show them Glee. We'll, adapt to create our spawn. Always yes. And now we have infinite mana. Maybe I didn't need to play the Twisted Landscape to start off this turn. My bad. If we end up not finding the win, that's sort of my own fault. But we have 6 looks here plus the stuff in our graveyard. I'll play an Energy Refractor. Play another Energy Refractor. We'll make a green. Make some more colorless. Play a Rumble. Take the Twisted Landscape. I wonder if I have a second Glee, do I get double the spawns? Probably not, but I'll try. Ooh, I do. I get double spawns. Nice. My opponent is refusing to F6, so this is just eating away at their clock. We'll play an Insight, sacrificing a spawn. This will trigger the Sadistic Glees. And now we'll draw 2. No Nightblade yet. Let's make some more mana. Looks like all 3 Nightblades are in the bottom 18 cards of the deck. We'll filter for a black. We'll Insight, sacrificing a spawn. And there's a Nightblade. We'll filter for a black. Sacrifice another spawn. Play the Nightblade. Hey, we finally finished the game. Look at us. The Jund Wildfires deck. We probably want Last Rites. Shambling Ghast doesn't seem great to me. This is probably fine sideboarding. We will keep this. I have to say, when I was updating my deck list from the last time that I recorded this deck, I was cutting the artifact lands and I was putting in Colony Garden, and I wasn't so convinced that it was good. I was like, is this really a card I want to play? I've been impressed with this. The fact that you don't have to sacrifice the land and you get the fodder for Insight or Deadly Dispute is very, very nice. Let's play Duress. Wow, their hand is good. Very good. Think we take the Cleansing Wildfire. They play Ichor Wellspring, interesting. I might play the Last Rites on my turn. They have 4 cards. Last Rites target you. Get rid of the Safekeeping, Insight. And do I want to discard the Nightblade? I feel like I kind of do. So we're going to leave them with a land. Pass. They play the Twisted Landscape. They have 1 unknown card in their hand now. We'll play the Ichor Wellspring. Triggers. I'll just go grab another swamp here. I was planning on using the Dispute, but once I drew the Wellspring, I think that changes things. They drew the land, so now they can flash back the Insight, sacrificing the Ichor Wellspring on their turn. We'll save the Duress. We'll play our own Deadly Dispute here. We draw Insight, another Colony Garden, that's fine. Pass the turn. They play the Insight, so now they're up to 4 cards, 5 when they draw for turn. Writhing Chrysalis, sure. And then they play Refurbish Familiar. I'm going to get rid of an Insight. Play Duress. And now they play Insight from hand. Cast down Toxin Analysis and a Blood Fountain. So they'll be able to get back Refurbish Familiar. We'll play the land from hand. Deadly Dispute on a plant token. Another Broodscale. Okay, we'll play one. Pass the turn. They play a Familiar from hand, so they drew 1. I'll get rid of the extra Basking Broodscale. Like, the fact that I have another still in hand, I think is fine. And they choose to not attack. We drew a Nightblade. Let's play an Insight, sacrificing the plant. Okay, we'll play another Duress. We'll take the Toxin Analysis. And I think I'll just pass the turn. They play an Insight, so they've refueled their hand a few times this game. Another Writhing Chrysalis, okay. They have 1 unknown. They swing for 8. I'm not blocking. Their 1 unknown was Ichor Wellspring that replaces itself. Now would be a great time to draw Sadistic Glee. Okay, so I'll play the Wellspring. We'll play Insight, sacrificing the Wellspring. We draw another Insight. We did not find it, but I did find a Rumble, so this will get me over 50% of the way through. They're Sadistic Glee. If they don't have Snuff Out, they're dead. Play the Glee. And it looks like my combo is starting to work. I'll use the Treasure, and we'll play Nightblade. Sweet. We recovered from that previous loss, and now we're 2-1. If you're still watching, make sure to give this video a like, comment, and subscribe. While you're near the description, here's a reminder to use our affiliate links if you're going to make a purchase from Amazon, Card Hoarder, or TCG Player. Just above those affiliate links, you'll find our social channels. Make sure to join those to connect with us. Match number 4, let's go. Good hand, we'll keep. I would like to draw a basic forest for my turn. Can we do that? I mean, I know there's only 3 of them, but I would really like one. We'll take Duress. And we might be facing the deck that we just faced. They play a bridge. We'll play Twisted Landscape. I think I'm just going to grab a forest here. You could play the Ichor Wellspring, but I don't know if playing Wellspring actually helps me. They play Ichor Wellspring, so we know what their draw was. Colony Garden. Let's play Rumble. It's interesting. So I could take the Nightblade, but I don't have black mana for next turn. After I Sadistic Glee. I mean, I think it's supposed to be the Nightblade. We'll play Colony Garden. Pass the turn. They just play a Landscape and pass. I think I'm going to play this a little more slowly. Like, I could have jammed this turn, but I want to hold open Tamiyo Safekeeping. They search out the swamp. And now Deadly Dispute using the Ichor Wellspring. Yep. So I only know 1 card in their hand now out of the 8. They played the last card, so I know none of their hand. Swamp. Deadly Dispute. So their hand is now 8 cards. 2 mana for a Cleansing Wildfire. So I think our opponent's just saying if you have it, you have it. And well, I do. So we're going to try. They could have a Snuff Out or something, but we have the protection. We'll play the Sadistic Glee. Sacrifice the Spawn. Okay, well that was easy. Once again, I think we want the Last Rites. Take out a couple copies of Shambling Ghast. Hit submit. On the draw for game number 2, our opponent's taking a mulligan. I'm going to try this. They have 6 cards. They play a bridge. Third Deadly Dispute. We'll play Duress. Not a great hand. I think you're supposed to take the Insight just to slow them down. Like, by the time I'm ready to win, we'll be able to cover the stuff out. They drew Twisted Landscape that they play, sure. We'll play the Colony Garden. Pass. They grab a Swamp so that way their Snuff Out is live. They drew Cleansing Wildfire. So we know 2 of their 3 cards. They're about to draw a random card off this Cleansing Wildfire. I'm going to play and activate the Twisted Landscape. Go search out a basic forest. And then on their end step, I will Deadly Dispute. They draw off the Nile Spellbomb, Vault of Whispers, Familiar. I will Deadly Dispute in response. I'd like to see what my options are. We'll get rid of the Swamp. Play Colony Garden, and I'll pass. They cycle a Twisted Landscape on the end step. And now they're going to bestow onto the Refurbished Familiar. So they have a clock. We'll take 6 down to 14. And I'm not really that close to winning here. End step Deadly Dispute. We find another Colony Garden. Let's play Rumble. I'll take the Shambling Ghast. Play the Colony Garden. Pass the turn. They swing. I'll go to 8. They Deadly Dispute. Getting rid of Vault of Whispers. Cleansing Wildfire. And now they play Duress. If I were in their seat, I would take a Deadly Dispute. And my thought process would be, I just want to stop them from finding the combo. But I don't know what the other 2 cards in their hand are. So that could play an impact on what they take here. They take a copy of Sadistic Glee. That is not what I expected. Do you have another Duress? They do, that's why. Okay, so now I would have to find so I'd have to find both combo pieces. It's a much larger ask. We'll Deadly Dispute, sacrificing the plant token. We'll play Swamp, play Ichor Wellspring, draw a card, it's a Duress. We'll Deadly Dispute, sacrificing the Ichor Wellspring. I draw Broodscale, but now I don't have any Sadistic Glees. We'll Duress them, take the Snuff Out. So they just have a Writhing Chrysalis left in their hand. Play Broodscale. Pass the turn. So we have 2 Sadistic Glees I can find next turn. And if I don't find it next turn, we're dead. Because I'm not going to be able to stop this Refurbished Familiar. I will go to 2. They drew Refurbished Familiar. Okay, that's fine. I can just discard the Last Rites. I know what their last card in hand is, so it's not like I need it. Okay. We need 1 of 2 Sadistic Glees. That is not helpful. So I will play Shambling Ghast. And then we'll Insight it, sacrificing the Ghast and creating a treasure. So the Ghast was essentially free. I did not find Sadistic Glee. Play Colony Garden, sacrifice the plant. We found Glee. So now there's another issue, which is I have the combo, but am I going to be able to win? I don't know. Because I don't have Nightblade, and I've used up all of my colored mana. So we have a whole lot of colorless mana. So the best thing that could happen is I have 27 cards. In those 27 cards is 2 Energy Refractor. So that is what I would like to draw. We'll make a black. We'll play Insight, sacrificing the Eldrazi spawn. And let's see. Nope. I'm dead on board. So we'll go to game 3. Alright, on the play for game 3. Keep this. We'll play Shambling Ghast, pass the turn. They play a bridge. We'll swing. Play the landscape. Play Ichor Wellspring, triggers. Pass the turn. Mountain. Cleansing Wildfire. This will probably grab a Swamp for Snuff Out. No. Okay. We will Deadly Dispute, sacrificing the Wellspring. We have 3 looks here for a land. We missed. I guess I'll play a Duress. We'll take their Duress. And attack. They play Ichor Wellspring. Twisted Landscape. So on my end step, they can play Deadly Dispute. Last Rites. I guess we'll try Deadly Dispute again. Probably should have attacked first there, but oh well. A little late. We drew the Broodscale. I'm going to go to cleanup. We'll get rid of an Insight. They drew Duress. I don't have Sadistic Glee. This time I have the Basking Broodscale. They take Tameo Safekeeping. Interesting. And then Avenging Hunter. So the question is it a bluff or do they actually have Snuff out? They grab a Forest. We draw Rumble. Let's play Rumble. 4 lands. Classic. We'll take a Forest. Play the Forest. Play another Rumble. Energy Refractor. So no Sadistic Glee. I will pass the turn. So we venture into the Undercity. They go to Forge. So now their creature is a 7/6. I know 2 of the 8 cards in their hand. All right, so they're all in on the, hey, I think that you're not going to win on your turn. So we need to draw the win. And we need to not lose the Snuff out. We'll Deadly Dispute, sacrificing the plant token. And we drew Duress and the Sadistic Glee. Play Duress. We'll take the Snuff out. Sacrifice a spawn. We'll play the Basking Broodscale. Sadistic Glee. Sacrifice. Always yes. And now we have the win. Play the Nadir's Nightblade. Okay, we got it. Look at us. 3-1. With Card Hoarder, renting your favorite combo deck has never been easier. There isn't a more affordable solution for Magic Online. Want to play the deck in this video? Check out the pinned comment below to easily rent the deck from Card Hoarder. Did you know you can rent the Epic Storm from Card Hoarder for as little as 7 tickets a week? The final round, let's go. Finish this with a strong 4-1. Well, we have both combo pieces, but I'm on the play and I don't have another mana. If you spike that land, this hand is absolutely nuts, but the question is, should you keep it? I'm going to mulligan. I think as a 6 I would consider it, but as a 7 you should probably mulligan. This hand isn't that incredible. I think you're pressured into keeping though because you don't really want to go to 5. We'll play a turn 1 Duress. They're on Madness Burn? I'm not really sure. We'll take Lightning Bolt. Pass. They play Jagged Barrens, Colony Garden. We'll play the Twisted Landscape, play Ichor Wellspring. Insight was a good draw. They play the Mountain, and Voldaren Epicure, sure. In the upkeep, I'm going to search out a Forest. I basically just don't want to draw any more lands. And I'm likely going to play the Insight this turn cycle anyway. Alright, Energy Refractor. We'll take 1 here, going to 17. They play another Mountain. So I knew about the Swamp and they did not play it. They just cast it in the Festivities. A little surprised by that. End step, we will Insight, sacrificing the Ichor Wellspring. We draw another land. And 2 more draw spells, okay. We'll play Colony Garden. Pass the turn. They play Highway Robbery. And they discard Faithless Looting. They play the Swamp, so I no longer know any of the cards in their hand. They attack, we'll block. Before damage, let's Deadly Dispute. We find a Rumble. Sadistic Glee. So now we have a combo piece. Let's play the Rumble. Take Ichor Wellspring. We'll play the Ichor Wellspring. Triggers. Shambling Ghast. I like that. We'll play it. Pass the turn. They're choosing to swing. I will block. Seems like a very good trade for me. We'll create a treasure. They played land number 5. They did not hold it or discard it for the blood tokens. Vampire's Kiss. I'll go to 13. They have 2 cards in their hand. And another Insight. I'll play the Nightblade here just because it allows me to gain a little bit of life. We'll Deadly Dispute, sacrificing the Ichor Wellspring. Rumble. Use the treasure token. This will gain me a life. We'll play a Rumble. I guess we take Ichor Wellspring. And I'm just going to use these treasure tokens. We'll play another Ichor Wellspring. We drew the Broodscale. Okay. So now I would like a Duress or a Tameo Safekeeping, something like that. They play Faithless Looting, Kitchen Imp. Sure. They have 1 card left in their hand. No blocks. We'll go to 13. I think our opponent should have held some of these lands for their blood tokens. I'm not trying to make fun of them, but I'm saying this so that way you can learn that if you decide to play this deck, that is something you should consider doing. We will Insight, sacrificing the Ichor Wellspring. We draw Duress. That's the game. We'll play Duress. Take the Fiery Temper. I guess they could kill my Nightblade. I will Tameo Safekeeping for the Nightblade. We'll play Basking Broodscale, play the Glee, sacrifice the Spawn. And that's the combo. Sweet. Alright, and we're off to the next game. So I've yet to board for red in this league, and I'm not exactly sure how, to be honest, but we'll figure it out together. So I probably am interested in Weather the Storms and Drown in Sorrow, but like, we didn't actually see that many creatures. We saw Kitchen Imp, Wildair, and Epicure. Like, does the burn list play enough creatures where I want this? Or, I'm sorry, the Madness burn deck play enough creatures? We could probably get rid of the Shambling Ghast. And then here's a crazy thought. Like, do you want to board out the Nightblade? And then you just focus on when you're winning, like playing a Weather or Drown in Sorrow to clear the path. We'll probably take out the Energy Refractors. You know what? I'm only going to do 2 Drown in Sorrow. If I'm wrong and they do have a ton of creatures, I can change how I sideboard for game number 3. But we didn't see that many creatures. We will keep our opponent with a mulligan to 5. And they just have turn 1 Mountain. Brood scales the draw. I don't mind that. That's for certain. We'll get our plant token. Faithless Looting. Alms of the Vein and a Fiery Temper. They can only play one of those here. So they have Fiery Temper. I'm guessing that goes at me. And it does. I go to 17. They still have 3 cards in their hand. We'll play a Rumble. Take the Brood Scale. I don't think I actually need a Nightblade. We'll pass. So I guess if I got lucky and our opponent tapped out, I could try to go infinite next turn. They play a Rakdos Carnarium and pass. We draw Deadly Dispute. I think we're just going to play the Twisted Landscape and pass. Duress. I think I would like to Deadly Dispute in response to this. We'll grab a Forest. And then I will sacrifice the plant. And now Duress can resolve, which probably takes the Rumble. And it does. They Lightning Bolt me. Sure. I'm at 13. They have 2 cards left in their hand. We draw another Colony Garden. We'll play it. Play a Broodscale. Pass the turn. Vampire's Kiss. I go to 11. Alms of the Vein. So now I'm going to 8. So this game, they're getting to do their thing quite well. They still have 2 cards in hand. I would like 1 Sadistic Glee, please. They play a land. They have 1 card left now. Going to hold this Duress. I don't know if I'd like to play it when they have a blood token. And they're down to 1 card. We'll level up our Broodscale. Let's play another Broodscale. And we'll attack for 3. They discard a Sneaky Snacker. So I'm glad that I did not play Duress. They flashback Faithless Looting. This will bring back the Sneaky Snacker. They have 2 cards. Chain Lightning targeting me. I'll go to 5. Weather the Storm. Let's play Duress. They grab the prize. Play our Swamp. Play a Tameo Safekeeping, just so I can gain a little bit more life here. And then I'll Weather the Storm. So this is going to put me all the way up to 16. And then I'll adapt. Yes. Get in there. I can go beat down. Bryant Cook. You're not supposed to laugh at your own jokes, but I enjoyed that. Alright, we'll go to 14. I think I'm going to cycle the Twisted Landscape. We draw another land. Alright, going beat down. They attack with Sneaky Snacker on their turn. I'll go to 12. They still have 2 cards. We find Drown in Sorrow. I don't think I want to play that. I'm the creature deck right now. Swing. They're at 4. We'll play the land. Pass. Alms of the Vein. So I go to 9. They go up to 7. So now I go to 7. It's a tie baseball game in the bottom of the 9th inning. Turn 9, you get it. All right, so now we'll go to my turn. Insight, okay. We'll play the Insight, sacrificing a plant. Vicar Wellspring, we'll play that. Draw a card. Play the Forest. Deadly Dispute, sacrifice the Wellspring. We drew Weather. Let's play an Insight, sacrifice the Spawn. We find Glee. I think I'm just going to Weather. Like, I could try to squeeze in the Glee this turn, but I think it's a little risky. Like, what if our opponent has 2 things and I'm low on mana here? Plus, like, I don't even have a payoff, so let's just beat down. I'm all about the beatdowns these days. Our opponent will go to 1. They're holding it back. You know, I could kill them with the Nightblade, but I would like to win via combat damage, so we're going to try it. They attempt a Fiery Temper. I will Tameo Safekeeping. They said GG, GG opponent. Sweet, we got the 4-1. I love that. All right, so looking at this league, honestly, it was an easy one outside of the Tron matchup where I admittedly did not sideboard correctly. Looking back on that matchup, I would have brought in all 4 Snuff Out and 2 Lacerates. I would have boarded out 4 Shambling Ghast and 2 Tameo Safekeeping. Like, I just sideboarded wrong. And I think that my inexperience ultimately cost me in that match. Like, this league probably should have been a 5-0. But, you know, I don't play this deck that often, and my inexperience cost me a little bit. And sometimes that happens when you play different decks all the time, but this deck rules. Like, I would definitely recommend this going to any event. It's really, really strong. It's powerful, all that good stuff. In my opinion, the best deck in Pauper. Thank you for watching. I really do appreciate it. I hope you have a wonderful day. And as always, keep storming. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to support the channel. After you do that, open up our description where you can find all of our social media networks, including our Discord, where you can discuss today's deck in that Discord with me and tons of other combo masterminds. It's absolutely free to join, and it's certainly worth your while.